It says I'm live. This one always sneaks up on me. I'm back. Hello, 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 and welcome. Welcome to Biz with Joy. Grow your business in style. Leaders leaving legacies. I am Joy Ruffen, and I work as a style and leadership consultant, a signature style specialist, speaker, executive producer, TV host, and podcaster. I've been away for a wee bit. I always forget to turn off my notifications. One of these days I'll remember. Been away for a while, cruising the deep sea, so to speak. And it was wonderful and much needed, but it's great to be back. And many of you were out there cruising with us, so thank you for that. I attempted to share as many pictures as I could. My work is with women who want to amp up their wow factor, who are transitioning from one something to another, finding that they're spending way too much money, they're depressed, and the anxiety and the frustration of shopping is just, and they're wanting support. And that's where I come in. It's always good to be with you. This Biz to Biz with Joy, Leaders Leaving Legacies, was formed when the pandemic hit. My goodness, can you think that's almost been 2 years ago? But here we are still, and I'm thinking about segueing, and I've been talking about it for a while, and nothing has materialized. So I'm going to be quiet for a moment or two and continue with you until I do finalize. But until I do, tonight, we're talking about all the world's a stage. How to think like a star. Now, how did I come up with this crazy, wonderful title? Well, in junior high, when we were introduced to Shakespeare, for some weird reason, which I think I understand now, I certainly didn't then, and I was wondering because I was chastised a wee bit. I really loved Shakespeare. Almost everyone else in the class absolutely loathed it. They had no appreciation for it. They could hardly wait to get through it. But me, I loved it. And the play, As You Like It, which we did little bits here and there in different rounds, and that part that came up when it said, all the world's a stage, and the players are merely, and the people are merely players who do their entrance and their exit. I don't know what about that absolutely enthralled me. And from there, we had read a few, but I continued to research and probe and get deep into every Shakespearean book that I could. Some of it was over and above my learning and my knowing, but I still persisted because in my small way, I suppose, I then began to realize I was really a wordsmith and I wanted to understand words. And that's something that I still enjoy today. Never ever to impress people, but to be able to communicate, to express. So when I thought about this, being away for a while, and I thought about how it connects and relates to business, bottom line, it's always about business, right? Your business. And it doesn't matter what type of business it is, you are the star, you are the premier everything. But I ran across these two quotes, and for those of you who don't know, love quotes. And again, if I didn't say welcome, it's always good to have you here. And one of the things that came to me when I thought of this title, I looked for a few quotes, and there's so many. Quotes are really just another way to expand your horizons and what you're thinking and to give it another train of thought, so to speak. So when I went to peruse to find the right ones, I found two that I want to share with you. And remember that the title tonight is All the World's a Stage. And the title that I added to that, because you're in business, your business, how to think like a star. But here's a quote that relates to what I'm talking about and sharing with you tonight. It said that the main ingredient of stardom, listen to this, is the rest of the team. You might be the star, but you would not be the star without the rest of the team. Even if you're a solo person, you still have people working with you, 1, 2, 3, 4. And that was a quote by John Wooten. I hope I pronounced his name correctly. I do have a problem. I have a small issue with pronunciations, but I just float right through it. And then the other one that came to me after doing my own little research, I want you to take both of these as food for thought and give them some thought for you and your business and what you're doing. It doesn't matter what type of business it is. And that was a quote by Brenda. I think she pronounces her last name Bethlen. She said, oftentimes people confuse success with fame and stardom. Two very significant relating quotes to what we're talking about tonight. All the world's a stage in your business, our business, whatever type of business it is. These two quotes relate to you and your business. Because even if you are a solopreneur, or even if you're an entrepreneurial person that has a great big team around you, you would not be the star that you are without that team. So we must never, ever forget to congratulate, to applaud, and to celebrate and to commend the people who are working with us, not for us, with us. Because the people who are working for you, ultimately, sooner than later, this is very profound. Some of you might not like it. You want to get rid of them because you want people who want to be a part of your team, your mission, your purpose, and the dream that you have that you want to materialize. And it has to be a win-win. I hope you'll share this video out because there's going to be a lot of good information that I'll be sharing with you tonight about All the World's a Stage. And the stage is yours, all yours. How do you incorporate you as the head of your team? The stage, which is your business, it's just another metaphor for business. Tonight, that's the way we're using it. How do you incorporate and bring all of those people that are part of your team, whether it's 1, 5, or hundreds? How do you make them feel that they are a part of the play that you're in, that you're acting in? Because you see, what is that one ingredient, that one main ingredient that we all seek? I don't care how it's covered up. It doesn't matter how one attempts to conceal it, to hide, all one and the same. It's the underlying belly hunger for what we're all seeking. It's 4 letters. And it's not the 4-letter words that none of us really, who are climbing, rising, and soaring, want to use day in and day out. This 4-letter word is love. It's all about love. We all crave it. We all want it. We go about it in different ways. But how you go about and how you connect and relate to what you want is different. We talked a little bit earlier today in a summit that I attended about self-love. Self-love is everything. And no matter who you are, where you are, from whence you came, it's really about the journey, the mission, and the purpose, the calling that you have. No matter what it is, it's all about, for you, for me, for all of us, getting to know ourselves and loving ourselves first. Now, there's a lot of rhetoric, there's a lot of verbiage, there's a lot of jargon out about self-love and personal development and all of these other words that you bring together to find ourselves. But we are entering a time now where that's paramount. That's at the top of the list, top of the mountain that we're all climbing, rising and soaring to get to like eagles. And no matter if you're in leadership, especially if you're in a business that caters to and serves other people, then the assignment really more than ever before. We have so many charlatans out here, don't we? We all know we do. We have so many people who say they're going to do one thing and then they do another thing, and they're not a person of their word. Their sense of honor, loyalty, love is somewhat amiss. You wonder, what is it really all about? We all know people like that. But our assignment, each and every one of us, I don't care what status you're at, I don't care what race, what ethnic, what age, all of these things are not major when it comes to you and me getting to know who we are. And there's so many ways that we do that. Some of us came from phenomenal, fantastic parental backgrounds. Our environment was full of all the good things that a healthy upbringing requires. Many of us didn't have that. We had to stumble and fumble and find our way, but the hunger to do that was there. Sometimes people get lost. And our assignment is not really to support them in a way where you go out of yourself to support, but it is to be the best of you so that when needed and when they're ready, you're there for them. There's so many different types of addiction, so many different types. And it's not all about drugs and alcohol. There are many other types of addictions that aren't good. This is not the time for that. But when it comes to self-love and getting to know who we are and loving ourselves, well, there's no getting around it, because sooner or later we're all discovered. We're all seen for those who are the gatekeepers, the light workers. They know. They don't judge, though. Way shores, no judgment, but you know what you know, and you see what you see, and you continue to move forward until you surround yourself with people who are going to embrace and accept you for who you are, even if maybe you're not in their circle, maybe you're not in their tribe, maybe that group is not your group, yet you will not in any way deny or denigrate their self, their being, and who they are. That's the beauty of know thyself and love thyself. For me, the work is about presence, how you show up, leadership, and they're all combined, those three. My creating the Joy Code, which is balance, harmony, and grace, was created to support those women who want to know more about how to do that for themselves. And that Joy Code applies to everything, because balance, scale, proportion, and fit applies to everything in your life, everything that surrounds you, everything that's around you, your environment, your home, your interior, your car, your friends, everything. The harmony of how you blend and mix and match and everything, and the variations and the diversity. This is what makes it wonderful. And the grace and the beauty of that, the ease that you have being around. The Joy Code was designed for women who are really interested in showing up and standing in their power and their presence that shows the profundity of who they are, the power of who they are. Yet it applies to everything, everything, head to toe, top to bottom, hair to shoes. I say it all the time. And that's when your magic and the miracle of you comes through. There's a little bit of something to share here with you. Some will love and some will not. I don't attempt to be politically correct anymore. Today, because of don't forget, all the world's a stage and how you are the star. This is the underbelly of everything that is being shared with you tonight. There is this naturalness that's going around now, which is good. Casual. Back in the day, the Edwardian days and all the days before and the after and so on, gone. Even women don't dress as much anymore. Good. Yet, there is the casual that has gone way too far over to the dark side, in my opinion. It's my opinion. I hope it's yours, but that's your decision, right? Because there's this thing that you can go anywhere and be anywhere and show up anywhere without being the best of you. And that doesn't mean you have to spend hours in front of the mirror going back and forth. But to come with your hair and your makeup and your clothes disarray, who wants to see that? What does that do for you? It does nothing for you. You don't have to show up there like you just came off the runway or the red carpet. But who doesn't know what most everyone looks like when they're not pulled together, whatever that means to you? If you're a star and you're wanting to rise, climb, and soar with the eagles, then you want to show up the best of you, even in the casual mode. It's very simple. I think the people who want to see you when you're not at your best. That's their issue. There's something within them that wants to see you pulled over to where they're at, which is not where you need to be. If you're in leadership, you need to continue to rise, climb, and soar into the greatness that you are here to display to others. People today more than ever before, and it's not just because I'm a happy senior, it has nothing to do with that, because I love being around young people. I mean, I just get excited. I'm like different realm altogether, but like one of them because my nose is itching. I don't know what that means. Because what happens is that they inspire and they ignite something in you, even when you say, oh, that's a little crazy. Because weren't we somewhat crazy at that time too? Can you remember back when you were full of whatever? It's good to have a memory that you can think back and not be judgmental with so many of our young people who seem to go off on the deep end, but not really, not at all. But I say this because this is what came to mind. When you are exploring and getting to know you and who you are, and you are the star of whatever it is that you're doing, you want to be an example. Your heart, your soul, the essence of you, your presence, your demeanor, your everything about you, that people want to aspire to have more of. This is what's happened in the casual mode. Everyone, it seems, it's not so, but it certainly appears that way sometimes, has dropped the ball. So people don't want to aspire anymore. They don't want to climb, rise, and soar because it's too comfortable where they are. You know, the they people. I love the they people. Aren't we all the they people at one time or another? But the point is, everyone. I remember back in high school, teachers, all right, it's telling, but it's a good telling. Teachers came to school not dressed to the nines, but dressed in a way that was fitting and gave them a sense of presence. That was back in the day. So it gave kids something to aspire to look up to see Mr. Jones or Mrs. Henry, and they were looking good and speaking well and teaching and sharing and loving. You wanted to aspire there. I don't know if kids have that anymore. I think because the casual mode is so prevalent that teachers are going to school in blue jeans and t-shirts. And I don't have anything against either one of those two apparels, but they don't belong in the school where kids need a higher realm to rise and aspire to. That's what I want to share with you about you are the star of whatever it is that you're doing. And that doesn't mean that you have to dress to the nines 24/7. No, but it means that you need to take enough pride in yourself to show up, even in casual, but it showcases the best of you. Don't I love sharing these things? If you are not a member here and now of my Facebook business page, Leading Ladies, Leaving Legacies, I'd love to have you come and join us there. It's a great group of women. And we're starting to get more and more involved. The women in the group are starting to connect more with each other. And you can go there, and what I'll do is put the link up so that you can have the link. Just take a screenshot or a snapshot, and then in turn, you can go and join the group. It takes a day or two before it populates, but when you do, you'll become a member. And there's so many other women in there that you can connect with. And I invite the women there to connect with the other ladies that are in the group, because it's all about collaboration, sharing, exchanging. And once you do that, you're on the right track. And if you, before I go further, March the 16th, we're in February now. It's only February the 7th, but the time flies, as we all know. March the 16th, I'm having what's called a master class. And you can take a snapshot here or a screenshot, or you can go to my Facebook business page. There's an event there, and you can register for the event. You're going to come and gain a lot of information. If you're in leadership, and if you really are concerned about being the best of you, because most of us did not get all the memos that we needed to show up as our best self. And it's not about pretty, popular, new, trendy, and wearing it and just having it on and nothing matches. Those days are beginning to slowly disappear because it's changing, and we will all begin to see these changes. So make a snapshot, a screenshot, and go to my Facebook business page and register for the event. And the thing that I want to leave us with here today, this February the 7th, can't believe how time flies, is that let's not forget that we're all stars. We really are. You've heard me say, and I say it, I am so repetitive, and that I'm falling in love with being repetitive. You are the star. You are royal and regal and refined and rare because you're unique to you. So why not rise, climb, and soar into the best of you? There's no reason not to. People need your love, your wisdom, and connecting with you to gain, to exchange, and to share, collaborate. And you can never, ever forget that you are the star. And stars shine. This is semantics of words. The quote that I gave you about confusing success with fame and stardom, not talking about fame. I'm talking about stardom, but yours that connects with your team players and the people that you're involved with. Fame, success, sometimes they go together, sometimes they don't. It all is contingent upon your hunger and what you crave. But if you're really about being a team player and in leadership, you're more interested in seeing other people successful and having their fame, and you're being a part of it. Because if you're seeking fame in the entertainment world, if you're a singer and you want to be the best of the best, that's a little bit different than maybe business. But even in business, you want your own success, and your success is going to be contingent upon all of the people that you're connected with and that you relate to. It's so easy to get the differences in words because the semantics of words, it's really prime. One of the reasons I say this is that fame, success, and stardom, they're three different words. Oftentimes they might go together. But if you really are about being the star of your business being your stage, you're more interested, if you're really about your purpose and your mission, your call, you're more interested in seeing the people that are there working with you, not for you. You're more interested in seeing them rise into their greatness, genius, and gift. That brings you, when you're in real leadership and authentic, more pleasure, more joy, more bliss than you being the star. Because you being the star is a given. But if you're not sharing that stardom and that halo and that light that surround you, because you might be the engineer of what it is, then something is amiss. And what's amiss is that self-love, that embracing the magic of you. The magic of you. And never, ever underestimate the magic of you, the genius of you, the love of you. It's a, back in, when was it, the early 60s with the Beatles and all of these other popular people coming up and becoming famous and doing what they did in the entertainment industry so well. The reality is they were all talking about love, 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 love yourself, love, love, love. But it didn't materialize the way that it was meant to. We're getting a second chance around to go around for those who were there at that time and those who will be here as this new millennium comes about. And it will be exciting to see, feel, and hear the difference, because the people who will be celebrating themselves in love will be able to open up much more to share that love with other people. It's a process and it's a journey. And that old biblical saying, know thyself, well, it's really coming into fruition right here and now. And this saying, the main ingredient of stardom, you're the star of your business, your stage, is the rest of the team. Because how many times and how often do we say, none of us, and I mean none of us, do anything by ourselves? We might be ever so gifted. We might be ever so talented. We might be ever so beautiful, so gorgeous. We might have the best body. We might have more certificates on the wall, and whatever it might be, but you don't succeed alone. You need people who see your vision, feel your vision, and want to be a part of it, and you want to be a part of theirs. That's when it begins to mushroom into what it's meant to be. And you can't tap dance around that. It has to be authentic. It has to be real. It has to be felt. You have to know and value your difference, your magic, and your genius, and love it. Love it all. Ah, what a blessing. What a gift we're all given to be here, to meet and to greet and to share with each other, and to find our team, our tribe, our group of people that we want to associate with as we climb, rise, and soar into our greatness. You know, the time flies. It flies. Don't I say this all the time? It does fly by, though. The 28, 30 minutes, it goes so quickly. Join me tomorrow night with the leading lady. I posted. You're going to love her story. Don't you love stories? Oh, we love stories. We love hearing about other people's journeys. And that's what I'll be sharing with you tomorrow night, this beautiful featured guest speaker that I have. Go and click to my Facebook business page for the masterclass on March the 16th. And my meet and greet, everything is there. And as I leave you each and every week, now that I'm back, it's going to be my ending for you. I'm sending you much, much, much love. And it's authentic. It's from my heart to your heart. I say, be well, stay safe, and love yourself and one another. See you soon, like tomorrow night. Cheers.